Hello, Sunshine. It's Timmy from How to Blaze podcast, and I thought I'd do something a little different this time. It's not for an episode, but just for some shorts. I'm gonna do a EP listening party, as you call it, but party of one, I guess. But if you join me, then it will be a real party. So my good friend TGAR, he has, if you know my channel, he's been a long time friend. He's been a very big influence, positive influence on my life and my career. And he has just released an EP, which is a good reflection on his recent sort of life changes and such, and what he's been doing up till now. And the first song is called Hummingbird. Yeah, I really like that. I think it's a very befitting way to start the EP because to me it sounds a bit like a party. It's got a little bit of a hip hop, a grungy kind of vibe almost, and pretty groovy. My favorite part is probably I like that he's done some harmonizing on this one. It's very different, a little unexpected, and you can always expect something slightly new from him every time he releases something. I also really like the bridge, and I also like the ending where it's kind of like doom, 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 doom. Like, I don't know, I just found that really, really catchy. But yeah, let's listen to the next one. Right, that was Frosted Over. Okay, not gonna lie, Hummingbird is the only one that I haven't heard because he's released them sort of one by one so far, and then obviously released EP. A lot of EP happens like that, and I usually keep track of his stories. So I usually get on it pretty fast, so I'm usually pretty up to date on his songs. Um, yeah, I think Frosted Over is a really good song. I really do enjoy it. I think one of the things that Tiga excels at is he's very good at, well, I guess I should say he has worked with some new composers, but one of the things that his songs are very, very, um, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? How to describe it? Um, One of the things that makes it really enjoyable about listening to some of his songs is when he switches up between fast and slow pace, like quicker beats and slower moments, and also like sort of like the echoing at the end and sort of slowing down towards the end. Um, I think these like drastic shifts in tempo often make it very, very refreshing to listen to and very catchy. I really like the pre-chorus sort of around that area. Just like the lyrics there, and also the way the tempo shift there, as well as like the mood, like just the vibe. It's really, really nice. Um, and yeah, it's nice, like the way he's organized it. I think we talked about it. If you're interested, you can check out that interview from his debut album, which was sort of like last year, late last year, early this year. No, early this year, I think that we did it. Um, no, I think it's late last year. I remember it's so bad. But yeah, it's on the channel. You can go check out the interview. But basically, we went through his songs, and we also talked about sort of arrangement of the album, of the tracks. And that's what I think he's particularly good at with his lyrics as well, and also like when he's arranging his tracks. So he's done that pretty well with the EP so far as well. Starts always sort of like an overview of like sort of like a, I guess like a, it's like a party. It's fun, but it's also kind of like an overview of things that could happen. It talks about like, will you sort of like survive it? And then kind of goes into, I guess, like more detail of sort of talking about sort of like the sadder stuff, or like the more like negative part of it, I guess. Um, but it is also particularly interesting to note, like when it's a song like this that's kind of talking about something a little bit on the lesser happy side, but it's kind of like, I always enjoyed songs that are kind of like less happy, but it's kind of I mean, I should mention I'm kind of a sad boy vibe. But it like songs like that, but it actually is quite upbeat. I always find that contrast very, very interesting to listen to, and very, very just intriguing, especially when you listen into the lyrics and see how they work and how they've worked with it. Like, it's an interesting concept. Right, so that was Phoenix, the third track out of the four. I would say, uh, So right off the bat, imagery wise, it kind of makes me think of Tokyo for some reason. I guess it's got a little bit of like a techno kind of feel to it, techno hip hop. Um, and I really like sort of the little stop he's got in the first verse, like every line where it kind of stops in a kind of a unusual place, but it sounds really, really good. Um, I also really like sort of like the chorus part, and it kind of it's really obvious this song is got that sort of like slow rise to hope kind of feeling to it. Um, yeah, it's a really good track. It's I love that he's got like a few different composers he's working with, and it's got like all this kind of slightly different feels. Um, and he's done really, really well with his lyrics. You can see how he's really maturing, especially from his album that was already doing really, really well. He's definitely like evolving and experimenting with new stuff. It's great. And that was Nothing Into Something, and concludes the EP, fourth track on the EP. That is probably my favorite song of the track. It was the first one that was released as well. And I have to say, it's just typically, it just kind of makes up the kind of song that I typically really, really enjoy and really get, really vibe off of. Oh, I guess, as Tigo would say, fuck with. Um, I really like the Nothing to Something chorus part. The lyrics there are really, really great. It's funny thing about this song is that I initially thought it was something about love, like a love song, but apparently, and I won't go into too much detail because it's his thing, but apparently it's something about him being scammed, which is interesting. So I was totally thinking like, I mean, I should have known because of the knowing some of the songs already, but it kind of seems like the way it's arranged, it's kind of like a, I guess, like a loop. So you thought it was going to be like for sure happy ending, kind of positive song, but it's like a positive song, but a spin off of like what happened. I need to ask more detail about this song actually, but the way it's arranged and it goes back to the first song, um, I don't know. So I guess like the story, it feels like the story really kind of starts like when you read a book and it kind of starts mid story or sort of towards the end of the story, I should say, and then kind of comes back and starts sort of like midway in the story, if that makes sense. So it's like the ending is the first song, really, if we're going for like the happy vibes and stuff and the accomplishments, and then it kind of goes into Frosted Over, which is like in mid action of where things have already happened and it's kind of recounting. Then it kind of goes into Phoenix. That's where like sort of it goes into climax and you're kind of building things and heroes in action. And then you go into what do you call it? Nothing into Something, which is kind of like where like the final act, you could say. And then you go back to the first track, which is all the party and the good stuff and sort of like the happy ending, if that makes sense. At least that's how I interpret it. And I've been known to kind of get lyrics wrong and stuff because my hearing's absolutely terrible. So take that with a grain of salt. But I absolutely love the vibe, and I really, really like I guess it's the bridge part again. I seem to really love bridge parts, but he does it really well. And he's got the again and again, again and again. It's so fun and catchy, so fun to sing along with. And I noticed there's a part where he kind of like does a, oh, like in the background, like I guess it's like the backtrack vocals. That was really, really amazing. And I don't really recall ever hearing him do that often in his tracks. Again, I could be wrong, but that was really, really nice. He did that really, really well. Just overall, like his, I don't know, it's been a really, really easy to listen to album and really, really fun. And yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I know that I can't monetize this, so I won't be really like, you know, monetizing this when I get around to monetizing it. But I just thought it'd be really fun. Hence why I didn't make an episode, I should say. And that's why I'm making it into a short and really kind of editing it short. But yeah, I hope you guys can join me, give it a listen, give him some feedback, give him some praise, and hope it goes on your rotation and stays there for quite a while because his songs are great and he's an awesome guy. Toodaloo.